Good day guys, Nordic Mechanic here. Today we're just gonna do a brief overview of the starter replacement, what you need to remove to get that starter out. It's much harder on those D4 platform, and this is where I am at the point of pulling the starter, and I've had to drop the subframe. So obviously removing the first subframe here, the frame connector here. I had to remove that, disconnect the steering column, disconnect the whole subframe here. There's tiny little bracket here that they're fine to take off. They're here. Yeah, those things. Bunch of screws, a lot of screws in these things, and that in order to drop the subframe, because you can get to the bolt but you cannot get the starter out. You need to remove the support, the engine support, which is just here. That's one part of it, and the other part is nicely tucked in here. So if you want to do it yourself on the ground, it's possible. You need a jack under the oil pan with a block of wood supporting it. I'm doing it real ghetto here. No lift, no lift table, just a bunch of jacks. So, and that's what it really takes to take this thing out. Let's see, it's right there. And I've got my three connectors. I got a bolt underneath with the ground of the vehicle, the engine ground, large engine ground. It comes all the way back and it connects here. Clean those points, otherwise you might get problems. So one is here and one is from the back and goes through the transmission and through this through the starter. So that's a lot of work. And in order to drop the subframe, you don't have much choice, but you got to remove some of the steering component. Well, only one really. You got to remove the sway bar connector, because otherwise it keeps the sway bar up, so this thing's not moving. So right now it's pretty much good to go, and it's looking pretty bad, and it's having intermittent issue. So this will solve it with a brand new starter. Not a rebuild, putting a brand new in this thing, and it's gonna be good to go. It's really a pain, because if it was my car, I would have pulled this entire subframe and would drop it on the front, sandblast it just like I've done on the rear of this car. I would drop it down and sandblast everything, epoxy prime and everything. And so far, this subframe that I built is still looking brand new. No rust. Look at this. It's nice. Only the brackets. You see the brackets here. They are the original, but the rest is epoxy primer, guys, with a lot of paraffin wax in here, and also the correct rust proofing from Audi they put in the door. It's a let's begin. This one here, and this stuff here, really good. This is wax. This is what you would put in the panel when the panel beater works on a car, and you got to put that back in. And this is what I use a lot of this stuff. I like it because it's white. It's not dark, and it doesn't hide the color of the parts. So this is a real nice thing. So yeah. Anyway, I'm just rambling now. So that's what it takes to remove this thing. So. Sorry for getting on a tangent, but yeah, very passionate about these things. They run great when they are in good nicks. So that's it. So if you really want to do it, you can do it on the ground. It's gonna take you 6 hours, but it's doable, and it's the book time. So the book time is 6 hours. It's gonna take you 6 hours even there. If you have a lift table, well, you can cut that down a little bit. Right now, I'm not saving any time. It's gonna be the full 6 hours. So here you go. Thanks for watching. All right, part 2 is that bolt over there. That's the rear bolt of the starter. I don't know why they made it like that, but you know, it sandwiches everything together nicely. So I guess that makes sense when you're in the CAD software. So let's see what I've done here. It's an 12-sided socket. All right, and then it's just a bunch of extension all the way down, just like turtles holding the world. So right there, that's how I got the other bolt out. And the reason I'm removing this guy is so I can move that line, you know, the oil cooler line. You need room, and it goes right on top, right, you know, right where there's this universal joint. That's where the line usually goes, so you need room to push it towards the back of the car, and that's where you get it. So that's the job done there. And then I just have to put everything back together. And well, my starter is not out yet, but you know, these bolts are pretty easy. One right there at the center, and then it's just some connections. So here we go. So I'm just gonna pull it out and compare it to the new one here, and hopefully I got the right one. Front bolt is easy. Don't even try the ratchet. Just put a 16 mil socket on there, and then just pry it out with a big pry bar. There we go. That's all. So there's it. And you can put your ratcheting wrench on there and get it all the way out. Zip, zip. That's the grind strap, and then before you do anything else, go and disconnect the battery, because when you take that one out, you're gonna short out the positive to the manifold. Alright, so you got to start out, and yeah, there's a little plastic clip, red plastic clip. You gotta pull a red tab before you try to remove this connector here, S terminal, whatever. Alright, and you look at it, and look at all the arcing. The white is arcing. It's electrical arcing because this connection here, this braid, has become too resistive. So it arcs. It gets really hot, it arcs, and it only gets worse from there. And it causes slow crank, and then a no crank, and then it causes you to be cranky in the morning. So you just call the guy before you do the job, and now that you got it out 4 hours of work later, you grab your new starter, and yep, they've sent you the wrong one. Happy Merry Christmas, everyone! And anyways, have a good Christmas, guys. I'm gonna try to get a new one like this on Christmas Eve. Wish me luck. Thanks for watching.